Here is an application of properties of the roots of quadratic equations. Question is, find the equation whose roots are each 2 less than the roots of x squared plus 8x minus 1 equals to 0. Now, it is very difficult to solve this equation with factoring, since you know product of two numbers should be minus 1 and sum of 8. There is no possibility, right? So you cannot use traditional methods of solving this equation. However, properties of roots of equations help us solve this. If x1 and x2 are roots of this equation, in that case, what is sum of these roots? In that case, x1 plus x2 is minus b of a, right? Which is minus 8. And how about the product of these roots? x1 times x2 is equals to minus 1. This is what we have learned from the properties, right? So the property states that sum of roots is equals to minus b by a, and product of roots is equals to c by a. Using this property, we know if x1 and x2 are the two roots of the given equation, then sum of these roots is minus x. Then sum of these roots is minus 8 and the product is minus 1. Now the question is, find the equation whose roots are each 2 less than the roots given to us. 2 less than this means that our root should be x1 minus 2 and the other root should be x2 minus 2, right? So the two roots will be x1 minus 2 and x2 minus 2, correct? So what we need to find is sum of these roots and product of these roots. Then we can write down the equation. So that should be roots of new equation, correct? Now if you find sum and product of these, then we can find the equation also. So what is the sum of these roots? So we have x1 minus 2 plus x2 minus 2, which is actually equal to x1 plus x2 minus 4. And we know x1 plus x2 is minus 8, right? So we can write minus 8 and minus 4. And that gives us minus 12. So that is the sum of these two roots, right? Now let's find the product of these roots. Product of these roots will be x1 minus 2 times x2 minus 2. That is equal to x1 x2 minus 2 times x1 minus 2 times x2, and minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4. So we get this equals to x1 x2 minus 2 times x1 plus x2 plus 4. And now we know what x1 x2 is. x1 x2 is minus 1 minus 2 times sum of these roots is minus 8 plus 4. That gives us minus 1, minus and minus is plus, so plus 16 plus 4. 16 plus 4 is 20 and take away 1 is 19. So we know that the product of roots is 19. And therefore now we can write down our equation, correct? So the equation should be, so our equation is equal to, so what is the sum? Sum is minus 12 and the product is 19. So what we can do is, we can write equation as x squared minus sum times x plus product. and then we will write down our equation, which is x squared, and sum will be minus 12. So minus of minus makes it plus, right? So we get plus 12x, and product is plus 19, right? So that is the equation, and therefore our equation is x squared plus 12x plus 19 equals to 0. So that is our answer. Correct? So that is how you can find answer of such questions. It's a good application of properties of roots of quadratic equations. Have a good look at it. Thank you.